Last year, Korea's leading architect took home the prestigious Golden Lion Award for architecture at the Venice Biennale. Our Yim Yoonhee has information on how you can see the award-winning piece now that it's finally on view in Korea. Good afternoon, Yoonhee.
Good afternoon, right. So this is the first time a Korean architect has taken home this very prestigious Golden Lion Award at the architect portion of the Venice Biennale. Now, Cho Min's crow's eye view, the Korean Peninsula, is now has landed here in Seoul, and it's available to see if you missed it in Venice. Take a look.
Since the division of the Korean Peninsula in 1945, the two Koreas have continued on very different paths. The differences can be seen in all aspects of life, but particularly in architecture. Korea's leading architect Cho Min examined the contrast between the two Koreas in his Venice Biennale exhibit, Crow's Eye View, the Korean Peninsula, which took home the prestigious Golden Lion for Best National Participation.
The theme of the exhibition is Seoul and Pyongyang and the contrast between their capitalist and socialist systems. With the ongoing division and lack of exchange, the two countries don't know each other very well.
Through miniature-scale reconstructions, pictures, and even videos, the pavilion offers a unique perspective of history, especially for South Koreans who are not permitted to visit the North.
Because of the division, we don't really understand the architecture of the North. Our reality is represented by the idea of the crow's eye.
100 years of history can be preserved through many different forms. But in this pavilion, the progress of a century is visible through the contrasting buildings made by the two Koreas.
So the exhibition contains works from many artists, not just Cho Min.
Right. So at the Biennale, they have many different national pavilions, and the Korean pavilion is the one that was curated by Cho Min. And it has a compilation of many different works from many different artists, so all different artists analyzing the aspects of the architecture and as it developed over the past 100 years. But what's really important to note with this exhibition is that it's not a complete analysis, but it is the first to go in-depth with this kind of architectural aspect of the two Koreas. So it's a very interesting look at the history.
So Cho Min, you did briefly mention that he was the curator at the Biennale, but here we are seeing other curators there. But tell us more about Cho Min. He's more recognized as an architect.
Exactly. So he is the mastermind behind one of Korea's leading architect firms, Mass Studies, and they're really responsible for all these very experimental, very creative works where they take on this the past and the future. They want to go to the place where things where different opposite ends meet and where they clash. But they really have very unique approaches to architecture. They have they've had tons of awards and tons of recognitions for their work. Now, this is one of Korea's leading architects and architects firms, so definitely someone to look out for.
Okay, all right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, Yoonhee. Thank you very much for coming in and sharing your story with us.
It was my pleasure.